Good afternoon. With me is Donovan Tildesley, a grad of St. George's from the year 2002.
Thanks so much, Mr. Palmer. It is great to be back at the school. I have so many fond memories from my 5 years at St. George's.
Don, if I could, what are some of your best memories of the school? Things that you remember the best, got you the most excited?
The first memory that stands out for me is my grade 9 Strathcona trip. This group of 10 guys, I think it was 10, we really gelled, and just the energy of all of us together, they were incredibly helpful in helping me through the hiking and the canoeing and allowing me to be one of the guys. It was also a learning experience for me because up until that time, I had had another buddy who was slated to go as kind of my helper on that trip. Now, for whatever reason, he couldn't get the time off school. And there was some question as to whether or not I could even go on the trip without somebody designated to support me. And this trip taught me that with the right group of people, I didn't need a designated person, and that all of us could work together like family. So that was life-changing, that trip.
Donovan, you've been doing a lot of traveling as well.
Yes.
What are some of your highlights? What's your favorite place and some of your favorite trips?
Favorite place has to be Cape Town. I first went there in 2014. I love the music over there. I love the food. They have so much tasty lamb and various meats. Denver, Colorado. I lived there or Littleton, which is a suburb of Denver. Lived there for 7 months in 2011 to go to a center for blind people to learn life skills. And I fell in love with the Rocky Mountains. If I didn't have a job to come back to in Vancouver or a Paralympics to train for, I was seriously considering staying there. Brings to mind the old John Denver song. He was born in the summer of his 27th year, coming home to a place he'd never been before. Rocky Mountain High. And that's, yeah. I was turning 27 that summer, and it kind of told a story of my journey out there. So.
One of the things we've talked about at the school is the importance of our core values. Resilience is the one that comes to mind when I think of you. What does that mean to you, that idea of resilience?
You know, that's a really good question, because it's funny, I don't really see myself as one who's had to overcome adversity or be resilient. I guess for me, it's always a couple different things. Being resilient is always being able to find a solution to a problem. You may not get exactly what you want, but you can find a workaround. The other piece of resilience for me is showing up. The show must go on. It's so easy in life to, be brought down by physical and emotional challenges. And yeah, I've had my fair share of those, and days where I felt quite down and maybe like I didn't want to go to work or do what I needed to do. And yeah, maybe I wasn't fully myself when I did show up, but I was there. I got up, I put my clothes on, and I walked out the door. And you can't expect to get anything out of life if you don't at least show up. Also reminds me of finding out my dad was likely sick the night, and he passed away of pancreatic cancer in March 2016. April 2015, I was helping to organize a charity fundraiser, and it was on a Friday, and on the Thursday before, my mom says, "We can't make it to this fundraiser, but we want to have you for brunch at 11:30 on Saturday morning." And I said, "Is somebody sick?" And she said, "Yes." And I knew at that time it was likely my dad, but I also just had this thought in my mind, and it's the title of an old Three Dog Night song, "The Show Must Go On." Also learning how to adapt your style to different people, how to understand different people's life struggles and make friends with people of all different walks of life, because it teaches you more about different lived experiences. I guess that's a component of resilience as well.
Donovan, that's fantastic. Thank you for your time today. Thank you for all the effort you've helped put into the article that we're writing about you and resilience. And thank you always for being so open to helping out the school. It's a pleasure always to see you back in here, to hear from you, and just to share in some of your stories.
Thank you, Mr. Palmer, and thank you for being as great a teacher and a support to me as you were back in grade 8. As a kid who struggled in math, you made it somewhat easier and you made it fun, and I'll always look back on you as being one of my top teachers at St. George's.
Thank you. You're very generous. You're very generous.